No.
Big Meech!
We're here.
I'm at Alliston.
It's different this time.
What's up, guys?
Hey guys, and welcome back again to Terry and Trey talking Knicks. We're the mum-son Knicks team. We have season tickets. We go to the Knicks games. We talk Knicks after the games, and
I'm in the second round!
So excited to be here because we have made it through to the second round, first time in 10 years. We have a big game one at the Garden this Sunday, 1 o'clock, playing against the Miami Heat. And there's lots of chitter-chatter going on out there, lots of smack talk. It's getting ugly. How are you feeling?
Ooh, well, look, 90s basketball is back. As much as I know about the 94 finals, I was too young really for the 94 finals. I was like 4 or 5.
I wasn't.
She remembers that. But in the late 90s, I'm 8, 9, 10. That's when I can understand everything. 97, the brawl. You got 99, Allen Houston. This series has a lot of history now. Both coaches, both teams have downplayed this. And which makes sense. They've been like, listen, that was 20, Josh Hart said 23, 27 years ago.
They weren't even born yet.
Yeah, some of the players weren't even born yet. RJ Barrett was not born. If I'm not mistaken, he wasn't born when Allen Houston hit that shot.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah. Thing is, I don't think it matters too much in this series. I think this series will be physical anyway, but it's more about the nature of the teams than anything to do with the rivalry, right? A lot of talking points in this one. We're going to go through a bunch of stuff, but Jimmy Butler at the Garden, that's going to be crazy. Can Jalen Brunson keep this going? How many Knicks fans are going to be Miami? How is Spoelstra going to adjust? Exactly. How is Eric Spoelstra going to adjust? We're playing a much better coach this time. We're playing an experienced team. You know, the Knicks won't bully this team the way they would bully the Cavs at times. Things are going to be different in this series, but it feels special. The NBA must be so happy right now getting a Knicks Heat Philly Boston semifinals for the East.
All of the matchups. I think the NBA must be so happy with the playoff matches so far.
Oh God, yeah.
So exciting. They're going to get crazy TV ratings.
Yep.
My feelings about this series are that you said it's going to be a really physical game, which I agree.
Yep.
But it is also going to be a mental toughness.
Big time.
Because I've always said that, you know, all of these guys playing in the NBA can all play ball, right? Obviously, that's why they're here. There is a mental part of this game that could really mess with you. Talk to Reggie Miller. Just saying. He knew how to get into our heads. And I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of Miami Heat. Bring it on. Bring the heat on. That's why we got here. I think we have a full team.
Yep.
And what I also am happy about, and you can attest to this because I always talk about this, we don't have this big superstar team. I never wanted the Knicks to have, you know, cherry pick these guys, cherry pick LeBron and like this other superstar and bring these 3 superstars together to make, you know, like the old...
A mercenary.
Like the old Heat team.
Right, yeah.
With LeBron and Wade and Bosh. So I'm glad we don't have that. I feel we have like silent stars.
I love it.
That people don't know about yet, and they're gonna recognize.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
They're gonna recognize.
Each one send one.
They're gonna recognize during these playoffs the kind of team that we have, and I think that our mental can help us to get to that next level. And the only person I'm really worried about is not Jimmy Butler. It is Julius Randle not allowing someone like a Jimmy Butler to get into his head and to get under his skin and to let him get too frazzled and emotional, because that could throw us off. So that's the only thing actually that I'm really worried about.
Oh, I love to hear it. I agree wholeheartedly. We'll see what's up with Randall. He had some shooting today. Grimes should be back. Grimes is huge. I'm going to talk about this in my keys to the series. I got some stuff to bring up now, but I'm excited. It just feels like it feels right. You know what I mean? The Knicks Heat semifinals is crazy. Both teams, right, kind of beat someone they quote unquote weren't supposed to beat.
Right.
And now we're in a situation where they're both looking at this like, yo, we could be in the Eastern Finals. We're one series away potentially if we get past this one to the NBA Finals. And the thing is, both teams, maybe not the teams to a degree, but the fan base is interesting. You talk about the chitter chatter.
Right.
Both fan bases are really confident. Because the Knicks are looking at this like, okay, we beat the Cavs in 5. No one we knew we were good. The NBA didn't know, and we showed it.
Right.
We've been good for a long time, right? Since Josh Hart, we've been elite. we know what we can do. The Heat were the 7th seed that dropped down to 8.
Mm-hmm.
They're looking at this like, yeah, whatever with the Knicks, but we were in the final. We were the 1 seed last year, right? We were in the finals a couple of years ago, and we just beat the Milwaukee Bucks. How are we going to beat the Bucks and lose to the Knicks?
Right.
Giannis wasn't playing. And they don't talk about that enough. He missed 2 games and a half, if you want to count the other one.
Almost 3.
Almost 3. But let's get into the keys for the series.
Okay.
Some important things. First off, we have to get out on their shooters. Miami Heat, they were not a good 3-point shooting team in the regular season, right? 34% or something like that. They get to the playoffs against the Bucks, and all of a sudden, these guys are hitting everything. Duncan Robinson back from the dead. Max Truss is hitting threes. Kevin Love, he's been a Knick killer for so long. If Kevin Love had played for the Cavs in that series, I know people say he's old, and yeah, he's old, but that dude, when we play stretch bigs, we struggle. He gets our big guys out the paint, and Kevin Love could have killed us. I think he could have a good series again. Miami Heat need 3-point shooting to beat us. Obviously, there's Jimmy Butler. There's a Jimmy Butler factor. He rises to the occasion. We've seen Jimmy Butler do not even Jimmy Butler things. We've seen him do Michael Jordan things.
So I was going to say, yeah, he gives me, and even his little look back,
the attitude,
and his attitude that he has, and that and so that's why I'm saying when it comes to Randall, I don't want Jimmy Butler to get under his skin. Like, we're gonna have to coach Randall on on playing not with blinders on, but almost like not allowing that to phase him at all. Jimmy Butler's gonna be a problem. Jimmy Butler is gonna be a problem. I'm not gonna deny it.
Yeah,
right?
but caveat.
But he's one guy.
One guy.
He's one guy.
It's one guy.
We have a whole full team.
That's
so don't let one guy scare us.
Yep.
That's how I feel.
We got 9 guys. When the ball gets out of Jimmy Butler's hands, you're talking about guys who don't love putting the ball on the floor. Duncan Robinson, Max Truss. Gabe Vincent can do a little bit, but these guys aren't, they're not going to do a lot in ISO or anything in ISO, really. Right. Let's be honest. They had Tyler Herro. I'd feel a little bit more worried about a guy they control, but he's not there. He's injured.
Right.
Victor Oladipo, another guy who can do some stuff off the dribble still. He's injured as well. So it's really about Jimmy Butler's gravity, getting all the attention, and him dishing out to these guys. Now, I do think Bam Adebayo is going to play a factor in this series. It's going to be a different matchup for Mitch.
Yes.
One thing about this series as well, let's use my second point here. Very different series from the Cavs series.
Of course.
And the things we're going to have to do to be successful in this one are different from the Cavs, right? So the Cavs were... What's up?
So I know.
Yeah.
So Tibbs made the adjustments, right? Which when you're in a 7-game series, it's a completely different series because game 1 and plus Eric Spoelstra and the tape. He's going to be watching
He's
tape.
from the video room.
He's going to be watching tape.
Yeah.
So they've already, I'm quite sure, Hero's not playing. They've already made adjustments for him not playing. Right?
Yeah.
As the games start, we have to start making adjustments as we see things that are not working for us. Which I think we did during the Cavs series.
We did.
Right?
Guard pick and rolls were huge. Right, getting smaller guys on Brunson, they can attack off the dribble when they blitz.
And big adjustment, allowing Obi, who got hot, and Randall, who wasn't hot, letting him sit down for that whole fourth quarter. That was huge because we don't normally do that.
Tibbs!
So I hope, we just watched some highlights of the game, that last game that we played in Miami when Randall went off.
Randall hit the game,
and was hitting was hitting from the 3-point line, and at the end, even though he fumbled, still was able to make that last shot. What I like is if a guy is hot, let them play. Let them play while they're hot. They may not be hot for the whole game. So if they're hot for that quarter, ride with it. Ride the
hot hand.
Let it roll. Let us get those points.
Yep.
What I don't want is, or what I do want to see also for the Knicks is we can't hesitate at all. When we have the ball, we have to keep the ball moving. We're gonna make quick decisions. We cannot be second guessing ourselves. We can't. We're in the playoffs.
Yep.
We're in the playoffs. Play ball.
Well, I think let me reel back because that was part of my bigger point. My point 2, which is Miami's zone defense, right? So they're gonna play zone against us for sure. They like playing zone. They flirt with zone a lot. On your point about Spoelstra, what's gonna be interesting with him is that he is gonna make adjustments all the time.
Right.
Like he's gonna tweak so much of what we see. Constantly, he's gonna just constantly be tweaking it. He's not gonna settle on one thing. Even if something's kind of working, he's gonna still give us different looks.
Right.
So he'll take some time, and I think as series goes longer, Spoelstra's gonna have more information to work off of. But zone is gonna be huge. They're gonna play zone against us. They're gonna force us to hit shots. We are an excellent offensive rebounding team. We're a great offense, 3rd in the NBA during the regular season, but only because we just get a lot of the ball. We get the ball back. We try again. We're relentless, right? These
second
guys,
chance,
second chance, fourth chance. That's who we are, right? That's what we did against the Cavs. We didn't shoot well at all.
Right.
We just kept going and going and going. So that's something that, I know Spoelstra's going to prepare for. He's going to do zone defense so they can kind of gang rebound and make sure these guys are ready around the rim so we can't catch them off guard.
Right.
So he's daring us to shoot. Now, Quentin Grimes had a lot of success against the Heat. Emmanuel quickly as well.
Yes.
Grimes didn't have a great first series. Injured, shoulder, he's back.
And
quickly.
Didn't have a great
but he heated up. This thing quickly.
He did.
Not great shooting. 5 for 15 in the last game, but he got closer to the Quickly we know, felt more comfortable.
Right.
Quickly started hesitating at the beginning of that series when he was making some turnovers, not doing stuff. He cannot hesitate in this series. Let it fly. I want to see quick, decisive movements, even if it doesn't work. We don't make the basket. We got to make them respect our shooters, and then from there, build out of that. Grimes is excellent at taking quick spot-up shots or moving quickly, getting to the rim and then making a pass. We got to move quickly, be decisive. I need to see that. If we start over-dribbling, overthinking, pivot foot, going around, looking, but they're going to start getting the ball, getting on transition. Yeah. The Miami Heat offense was ranked 25th in the regular season. It's not a great offense, right?
And we were ranked third.
So they don't have
said, during the regular season.
I know, and that's the thing, because in the first series against the Bucks, these guys were hitting threes like crazy, and they're good shooters, but they weren't able to do that in the regular season, right? So we just need to make sure that we're decisive, right? We don't let their defense get set. Their defense can be handsy. I think we're 9th in defense, so their defense can get busy. We just got to make sure we adjust and make quick decisions. Okay. And finally, there's some more points. We're going to talk a bit more. We're going to, in terms of adjustments, right? They're going to get Mitch out the paint. Right. That's a big one for me. Bam Adebayo,
like by the line.
He's at the free throw line. Bam Adebayo against the Bucks. They pulled him out against Brook Lopez. Created space behind. A lot of backdoor cuts into Jimmy Butler under the rim. He'll finish that every time. So Mitch is gonna have a different series against the Cavs. He's able to do what he loves: be physical, stay around the rim,
to block and get the rebound.
Exactly. They didn't make him do a bunch of extra stuff.
Yeah.
They're gonna sometimes play Kevin Love at the 5, I think, and they're gonna put Kevin Love at the 3-point line and tell Mitch, "What are you gonna do? Kevin Love at the 3-point line, and leave the rim wide open, or are you going to stay in the paint and give Love open threes?"
Right.
So they're going to challenge Mitch intellectually in this series with him making adjustments, and not just the kind of adjustments you can make in a timeout, but the adjustments you have to make during the play,
during the actual
like
game.
basketball IQ, where you're just like they can tell you everything, right?
Yeah.
Things are happening in a second. You got to be able to know what to do. So I'm interested to see how we deal with that. But just to just go back, the whole Jimmy Butler thing. Josh Hart was the best defender against Jimmy Butler this season.
Okay.
Right? I'm going to pull up the stats on the screen because I don't have it in front of me. But Jimmy Butler shot something like 6 for 22. Okay. In 106 possessions against Josh Hart, if I remember correctly. I think he shot 6 for 22 and he shot like 27%. Playoff Jimmy is a totally different beast. And, Jimmy did do well against Drew Holiday. But while Drew Holiday is an incredible defender, I do think how Josh Hart plays and his size, he's a little bit taller. I think he has a better chance of affecting Jimmy. So I want to see how that plays out. But the Knicks do have a better team. We have a better team. Like, if these guys play how they should play, they should take care of this series.
I agree.
Our bench is good.
I agree. And one of the things I want to roll back to the Cavs series, or just to the first round anyway, when we got into the playoffs, we kept saying that we are going to do well or not do well as a team depending on one specific player having a good game. And I got to give my man mad props because I talked shit about him. Not that much shit. We just always wanted him to do really well. But I talked shit about him, and RJ stepped up. And when I think back, I'm like, yes, that's the reason that we won against the Cavs. That's the reason we won the series. RJ had good games. So RJ,
great games even.
RJ, come out and have some good games. RJ's big and strong too. Right? Because Randall's gonna play it.
I feel he's gonna play. Sure. My gut feeling is they're gonna say right before the game, he's good. He's gonna play.
Okay, and even if he doesn't play, my thing is RJ is our other big strong guy. So RJ just needs to start using his body as well.
Continue using his body.
His body. Feel that toughness and let Jimmy see that we got another tough guy on our team too. And I think we can come through. Why can we not come through this series?
Why not us?
We're the better team.
I think we're the better team. Listen.
We were the better ranked team over the entire season, right?
And we're better than the 5th seed based on our record.
They barely made it in, and I think you told me they ended up going on a 14-0 run against the Bucks.
In the late against not the Bucks, but late in the playoffs.
Sorry, in the Bulls. Yeah. Sorry, the Bulls, for them to get into the playoffs anyway. So hey, why not? I think the Knicks are ready mentally for this team. I think they've been prepped. The only other thing I would say with the Heat is that the Heat does have a lot of playoff experience.
A ton. Come on, finals. Love. Lowry won a chip. Love won a chip.
Lot of playoff
These guys have won.
Playing under pressure.
Yeah.
Real pressure. So you talk about being able to make those decisions last minute or last couple seconds.
Yep.
They have that experience. So
They do.
that is where they do definitely, in my opinion, have a one-up on us. But you got to play to get the experience, right?
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Come on, guys, play. Show us what we can do. I'm here for it. Bring on the Heat. We're ready for Game 1 on Sunday.
It's gonna be exciting. Just a quick point on RJ before we get out of here. RJ Barrett, right? Huge during that Cavs series. Did stuff that he always did. But I'm honest, if I'll be honest, didn't expect him to have so much success against Mobley and Allen at the rim. Mm-hmm. Say what you want about them as rebounders. Those guys are still good rim protectors. RJ doesn't particularly fare well against guys who are tall. Right. He tends to get swatted quite a bit when he gets to the paint.
Yes.
Against the Heat, however, right? It's going to be interesting because if Jimmy Butler's on Brunson, which I expect at least a decent amount of time, RJ can get matched up against a guy like Gabe Vincent, who's shorter than him, and they don't have the rim protection the Cavs had. Kevin Love is not stopping RJ Barrett at the rim, and Bam Adebayo, of course he can, but he's going to have to deal with Mitch Robinson. So when RJ gets into the paint, and he's dealing with Bam, he can go up strong, or he can fake, pass it to Mitch for open dunk. So I expect, and RJ's good at passing once he gets into the lane. So I'm excited to see how we roll. We gotta hit shots. Quentin Grimes, thankfully, he's back from injury. I think we really need him in this series, and we need him shooting. We need him showing what he can do. Grimes is a high IQ guy too. He makes good decisions quickly.
Yep.
So I think, kind of to your point earlier, we gotta play free. We gotta just play ball, not over hesitate, right? Don't overthink things. Spoelstra's gonna change and throw a lot of stuff at us, but we are home.
We're home for 4 games.
Well, hopefully it doesn't go that far. We don't have to do anything but protect home court to get through this round.
Correct is right.
That's
Correct
it.
is right. If you guys like our content, please subscribe.
I gotta ask you, predictions.
What? Oh,
Can you give me a series prediction, please?
I actually don't want to.
She's not giving up prediction.
I actually don't want to. I actually don't want to. I want to go to Game 1. I want to see how things are going. I don't want to put anything out there right now.
I mean,
but I want us to win. That's my prediction. I want us to win.
Knicks in 5? That's a theme for the playoffs. Deep inside, I'm feeling Knicks in 6. I feel like we could win the first 2. Even if we split, I think we get one in Miami for sure. And then we come back to New York and close it out in Game 6. But this team is really good, guys. I know we're trying to, I respect Miami. There's no part of me I think it's going to be an easy series. No, but I've also seen this Knicks team just be on point. Like, just be a well-oiled machine.
Step up and elevate, guys.
I've seen it. So, I wouldn't be... They could come out... Listen, we still got through the first round with Randall not playing well, except for that last half. Did some stuff in the first game as well. Got to give him some props for that. But you got Grimes, injured, didn't play well. Because he was injured.
Right.
Quickly, was really struggling till late. So, we still got guys who didn't have great series. And the Cavs were the number 1 defense in the league, right?
Yeah.
And I know, they didn't play great. I don't think we're going to struggle to score against the Heat as much as we struggle to score against the Cavs, but I do think the stuff we like to do, be tough, rebound, get in their faces, we're not going to have that advantage the same way.
It's going to be different.
So we're going to have to beat the Heat by hitting some buckets, getting some baskets, hitting some threes, and when it comes to their shooters, we can't fake contest. We can't just be, get out on them. These guys do not want to put the ball on the ground and start moving. Max Truss, Duncan Robinson, they do not want to get the ball and do stuff and get to the rim. Right. Just get up on them, play tight on them, force them to shoot. And force them to shoot contested threes. That's it.
Right. So again, we're trying to get to 7,000 subscribers. So
we're close.
If you can please subscribe to our channel, if you like the content, leave comments below. We'll get back to you. And let's go Knicks.
Let's go Knicks. I might very likely to be on with the Nick of Time show tomorrow night. Shout out to my man Jay Ellis and Lee and Ryan. Love those guys over there. So hopefully I'll see you guys there. Let's go Knicks. Let us know in the comments below how you're feeling. You excited for this series? What's the vibes like in the city? The best thing about this series and what's going on with the Knicks is this feels special.
It does.
It just feels special.
It does.
All right, guys.
Peace.